The man who sold rocks as pets. If you ever need proof that marketing is 90% of any business, look no further than Gary Dahl. In 1975, Dahl was in a bar, where all great ideas are born, listening to his friends complain about their pets. They bark, they scratch, they need to be fed, they poop on the carpet. It's all just so much work. Sipping his drink, Dahl declared that he had the perfect pet: a rock. This joke, which should have died in the bar, instead blossomed into a multi-million-dollar idea. Dahl went all in on the bit. He didn't just sell rocks in a box, he sold pet rocks. He sourced smooth, 14-ounce pedigree rocks from a beach in Mexico. He packaged each one in a custom cardboard pet carrier with breathing holes, very important. The real genius was the 32-page instruction manual, The Care and Training of Your Pet Rock. This masterpiece of deadpan humor explained how to teach a rock to sit, stay, which it was already fully trained to do, and roll over, with a little help from the owner. It also included instructions for house training, which it was already fully paper-trained, and how to handle it if it got sick. The whole thing was a fad, but it was a massive one. Dahl sold over 1.5 million pet rocks in about 6 months at $4 a pop. He became an instant millionaire, all because he managed to sell people something they could literally get for free in their own backyard. The student who sold nothing. In 2005, a 21-year-old British student named Alex Tev was facing a problem. He was about to start university and was staring down a mountain of student debt. He needed a way to make money, and fast. His solution was equal parts simple, bizarre, and brilliant. He created a website called the $1 Million Homepage. The concept? The homepage was a single giant image divided into a 1,000 by 1,000 grid. This grid contained 1 million pixels. He sold those pixels to advertisers for $1 per pixel in tiny 10 by 10 blocks. That's it. That was the entire idea. He wasn't selling a product, he wasn't offering a service. He was selling microscopic dots on a web page that would link to the buyer's site. He was, in effect, selling digital real estate that was essentially worthless. Or so you'd think. The sheer novelty of the idea made it go viral. It was so weird that news outlets started covering it. This kid is trying to sell 1 million pixels for $1 each. As the media coverage grew, so did the demand. Companies and websites desperate for a piece of the viral action and a literal spot in internet history flocked to buy pixels. The grid filled up fast, becoming a chaotic, colorful mosaic of 2000s-era internet ads. 4 months after launching, Alex Tev put the final 1,000 pixels on eBay. They sold for $38,100. When all was said and done, Alex Tev's final gross was $1,037,100. He had paid for his university education and then some, the digital whoopee cushion that made $10,000 a day. In 2008, the world was introduced to a new marvel of technology, the Apple App Store. In this new digital gold rush, programmers scrambled to create the next big thing. Was it a sophisticated business tool? A revolutionary game? Nope. It was a fart app. Programmer Joel Comm created iFart, a $0.99 app that did exactly what you think it did. It was a simple soundboard with a variety of high-fidelity fart noises. You could tap them, you could set them on a timer to prank your friends. That was the entire product. It was an idea so juvenile that it was guaranteed to succeed. On Christmas Day 2008, iFart was the #1 most downloaded app in the entire store, beating out games from serious companies like EA and Sega. It was a phenomenon. In one of its best stretches, the app was earning Comm and his small team over $10,000 a day. The app's success was so baffling that it was covered by major news outlets who seemed confused as to why they were even reporting on it. In total, iFart generated well over $1 million, proving that no matter how advanced our technology gets, we will forever be children who think flatulence is the peak of comedy. The website built on bad cat grammar. In 2007, the internet was a simpler place. Viral content was just finding its footing, and into this world came a simple blog called I Can Has Cheeseburger.
Started by Eric Nakagawa and Kari Unebasami, the site had one simple purpose:
to post pictures of cats with funny captions written in a deliberately broken, childlike English known as lol speak. A photo of a cat in a box would be captioned, "I fits, I sits." A photo of a cat staring at a burger was captioned, "I can has cheeseburger." This was it. This was the whole concept. It was just a digital collection of what we would now call memes. The site exploded. It tapped into a universal, unspoken truth. The internet is primarily for looking at cats. Traffic to the site skyrocketed, from a few friends to millions of people per month. The simple joke blog suddenly became a red-hot internet property. Later that same year, the duo sold the site to a group of investors for $2 million. That's right, they became millionaires because they correctly guessed that people would rather look at cats with bad grammar than do, well, pretty much anything else. The company that bought it, Cheeseburger Inc., went on to raise over $30 million in funding, all built on the foundation of a single cheeseburger-obsessed feline. The backward robe that took over the world. Let's be clear, the Snuggie is a bathrobe that you put on backward. That is all it is. But in 2008, you couldn't turn on a TV without seeing one of those incredibly campy, low-budget commercials. A family is on the couch, freezing, unable to use their hands while under a blanket. Oh, the humanity. They can't answer the phone. They can't use the remote. Enter the Snuggie, a blanket with sleeves. The product wasn't even new. A similar item called the Slanket had been around for years. But the Snuggie's marketing was a masterclass in direct response advertising. They sold them in pairs. Buy one, get one free. They showed people wearing them at chilly football games, at family movie nights, and even while reading, a task previously thought impossible while warm. The public ate it up, as a gag gift or as a genuine purchase. It became a pop culture punchline which only made it sell more. In its first 2 seasons, the company sold over 30 million Snuggies, hauling in hundreds of millions of dollars. It's the ultimate story of selling a solution to a problem that absolutely no one had and making a king's ransom in the process. That annoying singing fish on your uncle's wall. You know the one. You're walking through a house, minding your own business when you accidentally trigger a motion sensor. Suddenly, a mounted rubber fish on the wall lurches its head forward and begins to sing "Take Me to the River." Meet Big Mouth Billy Bass. This plastic, warbling fish was the must-have gag gift of the late 90s and early 2000s. It was everywhere, in offices, dens, garages, and the nightmares of anyone who had to listen to it on a loop. The idea came from a company called Gemmy Industries. The story goes that the company's vice president of product development, Joe Pelletieri, got the idea after a road trip. His wife suggested a fish on a plaque that could sing. When he first pitched the idea to his bosses, including a demo where he personally sang "Take Me to the River" while wiggling a fish, they reportedly hated it. Luckily, they went with it anyway. The public's reaction was the exact opposite. They loved it. Big Mouth Billy Bass was an absolute retail sensation. Stores couldn't keep it in stock. It was featured on TV shows, given as Christmas presents, and even owned by Queen Elizabeth II, who reportedly had one at Balmoral Castle. It's impossible to know the exact figure, but the toy generated hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. It's a perfect, bizarre reminder that there is a massive market for things that are just plain, unforgettably weird. A stool that helps you poop better. Okay, let's talk about toilets, specifically how we use them. For years, the Judy and Bobby Edwards family struggled with, let's call it, digestive inefficiency. After some research, they discovered that the modern sitting toilet, while comfortable, puts your body in a less than ideal angle for evacuating. The human body, they learned, is designed to squat. Their solution, a simple U-shaped plastic stool that wraps around the base of your toilet, allowing you to elevate your feet and mimic a natural squat. They called it the Squatty Potty. This is not a funny product. It's a product for a bodily function. But the way they sold it was pure comic genius. Instead of a dry medical-sounding ad, they released a viral video featuring a charming prince and a magical unicorn that, well, it poops rainbow soft serve ice cream.
The ad was a sensation. It was funny, weirdly adorable, and explained the product's benefits perfectly. The Squatty Potty exploded. It landed on Shark Tank and became one of the show's most successful products, with sales soaring past $100 million. All from a simple piece of plastic that helps you poop.